Exit 34 by Joe Weintraub.
I'm getting off the next exit.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
I'm tired. I've got to stop somewhere, and we haven't seen a single service station or a rest stop along the highway for I don't know how long. I'm getting off the next exit.
That's not a good idea.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because we're in the middle of nowhere, and we're sure to be a lot worse off on some 2-lane backcountry road than we are right here.
This is a major highway. And there's bound to be a diner or a gas station somewhere nearby as soon as we get off.
Open this late? Even if we find one, which I doubt, will it even be open?
Or a motel. At this point, I'd be willing to stop overnight at a motel. I'm just so damn tired.
Sure, the Norman Bates Hideaway. Here we come.
Look, I'm very tired. And we've got to go... How much longer before we get to...
I don't know.
You don't know? What kind of navigator are you anyway? Sure there's no more coffee?
I'm sure there's no more coffee. We'll fill up the thermos at the next stop. There's bound to be a service plaza along here somewhere.
Where? Have you seen any? Where are they? What's up there? Well, that's an exit, isn't it?
I don't think so. I haven't seen any signs. And it's so small. Like one of those runaway truck roads.
Look, that guy's pulling into the highway just ahead, so that's got to be an exit right afterwards. See? There's a sign. I'm getting off.
Watch it. Give the guy room. He wants to merge.
I'm giving him room, but I need the lane too.
Then speed up.
He's speeding up too. He's not letting me...
Watch it! You're too close! Pull over!
Damn it! We passed it. Did you catch its name?
What name?
The name of the exit.
Oh, it was something Farmers Road. Route something. Say, I told you, we're better off right here.
Did you get the number?
The number...
The number of the exit!
I don't know. I think it was 34.
Exit 34? I mean, that was the one before, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. 34? Maybe this one was 35 then. I don't know. What's the difference?
I told you, the exit numbers are all on the map, so once we find them on the map, we'll know where we are and how far we still have to drive.
And I told you I couldn't find them. 34, 33, 35, whatever, none of them are on these stupid maps.
You don't know where to look.
Of course I know where to look. You just can't depend on these damn Google Maps. I told you to rent a car with a GPS.
I don't like those things, and they're not worth the extra cost in my book. Print maps are very reliable.
Right, so long as you can pinpoint where you are on them. You are here. You are here. Print maps never tell you that.
Once we stop, I will take a look at them and see where we are. But first, I've got to close my eyes for just a few minutes, then get a cup of coffee and maybe a bite to eat. A little more sugar in my blood wouldn't hurt. There's sure to be something up ahead. If only you could find exit 34 or 35 on the map.
I told you I can't. And it's too dark in here now even to look. Besides, we might be off the map.
What do you mean, off the map? How could we be off the map? I printed out Route 98 almost end to end, practically all the way to the coast. One page, right after the other.
One page right after the other, and all out of order. You didn't paginate them, you know. Maybe you should just pull over.
Not here. There's hardly any shoulder at all. Just sheer rock, steep drops, and it's too damn dark anyway. Much too dangerous. I mean, there's sure to be somewhere to stop up ahead, and I'll put all the maps back in order once we're there. As long as we're on 98, everything should just be fine.
It's just that...
What?
It's just that I'm not so sure we're still on 98.
How could that be? We've hardly ever been out of the middle lane, and we certainly haven't gone off on any side roads.
But don't you remember that 2-lane turnoff I pointed out? I'm pretty sure it was just another exit. But still...
What turnoff?
A while back, when the sun was going down. Just before it turned dark, you were talking about your mom.
Oh, yeah. I remember. The sun was right in my eyes. I couldn't read the sign, but that was just another exit, right? We never got off the main highway.
Unless that was the main highway. The sun was in my eyes, too. It was hard to see, and now I'm starting to wonder if...
But that was hours ago. Look for road markers. 98 West.
I've been looking, but it's so damn dark. And I'm getting tired, too.
Just don't fall asleep. For God's sake, don't fall asleep. Keep talking, or try the radio again.
I don't think it works. It hasn't picked up anything but static. See? Nothing. It'd probably only be some country and western station anyway.
Well, even Merle Haggard would be some company at this point.
How's the gas?
Still half a tank.
Wow. It seems like it's been half a tank for forever.
Some of these new rental compacts get terrific mileage. I'll fill her up anyway as soon as we stop. Speaking of which, look at that sign up ahead.
Where? I don't see any sign.
There, no, up ahead. It's tough to see, but that's an Exxon logo, isn't it?
I can't see it. That truck's in the way.
I'm sure it's for a service plaza somewhere up ahead.
Don't pass the truck. Pull in behind so I can see the sign.
Damn it, he's slowing down. Why is he slowing down?
I said pull in behind him.
I can't. There's someone coming up fast on my tail. I gotta speed up. I'll pull in front.
No, don't. I won't be able to...
Damn! Oh, we passed it. Did you catch any of the sign at all?
All I could read was Acme Freight. We're here for the long haul.
I think there was a country kitchen, too.
I hate country kitchens. They make lousy coffee.
And a Starbucks. I'm sure there was a green Starbucks logo, too. Keep your eyes peeled. There must be something up ahead.
I didn't see anything.
A Starbucks, too. You sure we don't have any coffee left?
How many times do I have to tell you? Yes, I'm sure. I took the last swallow myself. It was all grounds, anyway.
You should have left some grounds for me.
You want me to stay up too, don't you? To help keep you awake?
No more candy bars?
No more candy bars.
Just so tired. You know, I almost fell asleep back there. When was it? Good thing you were awake.
Well, I'm pretty tired too. I didn't get much sleep last night, and none on the plane. I've almost nodded off myself a couple of times.
Well, don't, because I need you to keep me awake.
I did. I must have nodded off. Or almost, because I had one of those weird waking dreams, like a hallucination. The car must have been shaking a bit, because I dreamed I was back home in Oklahoma, in our cellar. That time when the tornado came through and everything came crashing down on top of us. And then I woke up just as you were swerving off the road. Yeah, you swerved right off the road, didn't you? And I woke up just in time, didn't I? Or was that part of the dream too?
What are you talking about?
You don't remember going off the road, do you?
No.
Well, I'm sure. I think I woke up just in time to stop you from driving completely off. Even if it was only a dream. So, don't regret me, that last drop of coffee.
What's that up ahead?
Where?
I think it's an exit sign.
I think you're right.
I'm gonna get off.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because we're in the middle of nowhere, and we're sure to be a lot worse off on some 2-lane backcountry road than we are right here.
But you saw that Service Plaza sign. Maybe it was telling us that there's a Starbucks right off the exit, right here.
I didn't see any sign.
But you do see that sign up there. Well, tell me what it says. Someone wants to pass and he's got his brights on and that guy's merging up ahead. Get the name of the exit and we'll get off and find out where we are. Everything will be just fine.
Okay. The name of the exit is under construction. Exit closed.
There's another sign. Get the number.
The number?
The number of the exit! The number of the exit!
I can't see it. There's a tarp over most of it.
Get the number.
I think it's exit 34.
34? That was the last one.
No, it wasn't. I don't think so.
Yes, it was. I'm sure of it.
Well, then maybe this one was 35.
34 or 35?
I don't know.
Okay. We'll get all this straightened out in the next rest stop or the next Service Plaza. I mean, there's sure to be one up ahead. That's what that Exxon sign was telling us, right? You saw that sign, didn't you?
I didn't see any sign.
No more candy bars?
No more candy bars.
Try the radio.
Froggers by Kevin Moxley.
It's a tragedy.
A disaster.
No one could have predicted it.
Just awful. Such a shame.
But that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
She was a good frog. Hate that it happened right in the middle of the road like that, though. Getting flatter and flatter. Flatter. Well, not flatter exactly. More spread out.
Splatter. Shame. So, who's next?
One of life's big conundrums, that's the question.
No, who crosses next? Me or you?
We're all that's left? Well, that's disappointing.
Yes, she was a good frog.
What? Oh, right. You know, in the old days, hundreds of frogs were lined up further than you could see, waiting for their turn to cross.
No kidding. Hundreds. You really saw that?
That's how it's always been. All good frogs cross the road. Now it's just you and me. Frogs had some decency back then.
Self-respect.
Nowadays, well, don't get me started.
Lots more cars these days, though.
And trucks.
Times change.
We shouldn't let them. We're compelled.
Complacent?
No. We're just enabling the next generation, is what it is.
So why Why haven't you crossed yet?
What?
Well, if it really is a wonderful paradise, then, well,
A space made just for you.
a space made just for you. Don't you want to go?
Someone has to show others the way.
Yes, that would be it. Not because you're scared, right? Because I'm not scared.
I'm not scared.
I'm not scared either.
Hello, are we in the right place?
We're looking for the river?
We heard something about a wonderful paradise.
About time. We'd nearly given up on you, froglets.
Now, looky here. Still wet around the ear holes, but they finally came.
Apparently, we're too old to be in the swamp anymore.
So they told us now we have to come here and cross this road.
Is that true?
Hits the turtle on its shell. First cross the road, then you cross the river.
Is that, on the road was,
She was a good frog.
One of the best.
Crossing can't really be compulsory, right? It just seems a little dangerous.
Oh, it's very dangerous.
Then why do we have to cross? Isn't there another way to the river?
It's compulsory. If it weren't dangerous, how would you know if you were worthy or not? You have to take that leap.
Of course, once you're across the road, then you have to cross the river. Some frogs flop it and get eaten by alligators, or the snakes, and some frogs, well, you just...
Alligators? We have to risk fate and flipper in order to be eaten by an alligator?
Or a snake's, or you could drown, or be swept downstream, and just...
I was fine back in the swamp. Why don't we just go back there?
Paradise.
What?
They say across the river are more fat maggots than a frog could ever eat.
They say there's a place made just for you.
with mayflies juicier than slugs.
And lily pads softer than spider silk.
Who says?
What?
Who says that?
Frogs do.
Do any frogs ever come back?
Not exactly.
And how do you know what it's like?
Just a tadpole hopping in here acting like a bull. Its audaciousness is what it is. Audacity.
A dragonfly told me
What?
What?
about the paradise. It saw the frogs in their places. It said they seemed lonely.
You can't trust dragonflies.
Can't trust them? Probably shouldn't even be talking to them.
Yeah, they're food. You don't talk to food.
It seen some pretty wonderful things. There's a pond somewhere too.
Yes! A pond! That's what I'm talking about. Why cross this death trap when there could be a perfectly good pond somewhere on this side?
Ponds.
We don't do ponds.
Well, what if we didn't have to cross the road to get to the river? I saw this big culvert when we were hopping over, and
What's a culvert?
like a drain pipe thing. It looked like it went all the way under the road and maybe even feeds into
Sounds
the river.
untrustworthy.
They're brainwashed. All that talking to dragonflies and looking through drain pipe things. It messes you up.
Messes you right up. They're thicker than pond scum.
Listen up, you pollywogs. You're going to cross the road and go to the river like all frogs do. And if you don't, well, none of the other frogs will respect you.
And they'll want to respect you, but they can't, 'cause you've got flies for brains.
And because you fell prey to worldly temptations.
Worldly temptations?
You know, questioning things and talking to bugs and all that stuff.
Why haven't you crossed then?
How dare you?
If this paradise or whatever is so great, don't you want to go?
Someone has to show others the way.
Okay, you showed us the way. Thanks. Now you can go.
Me? Wait, it's not my turn. It's...
What? No, it's not like that. It hasn't been my... It isn't my turn.
Whose turn is it then?
How long have you even been here?
Oh, you think it's been easy for me, watching frogs die?
That is not what I said.
You think you can just flop in here and tell us how it works? You think my life wasn't hard? You think I haven't suffered?
Now, come on. That's a little...
I was catching flies with my eyes closed when you were still breathing with gills. And now you waddle up all high and mighty, acting like you know best.
disrespectful.
I've watched this road go from a dirt track to a major highway. Time was when frogs made it across all the time, back when they were better, nobler.
But if there are more cars and it's getting harder to cross, shouldn't we adjust?
So you think the way we've done things for generations is wrong?
You think we're just foolish and you know better? That you're too good for the river, huh? Too good for paradise. You'd rather live in the muck all your life?
Us poor, foolish, all frogs, bumbling around till you swim up, savior of Frogland. You have to cross the road. It's the only way. Or are you scared?
Of course I'm scared, but at least I'm not afraid to admit it.
You have to cross the road.
I don't think that's true, and I'm willing to test that theory.
You don't know what you're risking.
No, I don't. But I know how dangerous this is, and cruel. I don't want to be a part of it.
You're already a part of it. You don't have a choice.
Who says?
This is blasphemy.
Blasphemy!
Heretical. You're going down a dark path.
Dark is better than dead. Coming?
You don't really know where you're going, do you?
Not exactly. I may still go to a paradise, but not that way.
What if it's equally dangerous? Or you get lost? Or miss out on something wonderful? At least we know where this way leads.
Don't be swayed by a frog that's lost their way.
Will you trust more experienced frogs or a wart that still has a bit of tail?
Lilypad's soft as spider silk. And the mayflies are really juicy as slugs?
Of course they are.
You can eat bugs anywhere.
And it has a space made just for you.
A space made just for me.
A space made just for you. So we won't be together anyway.
I'm sorry, it just seems more certain.
That uppity little froglet. We crossed the road. It's what frogs do.
It's what we do.
It's what we do.
Accusing me of being scared. Ha!
I didn't accuse you of anything.
I'll go next. I'll cross the road.
Really?
If I can't hop the hop, what am I barking about?
Now this is exciting.
I'm gonna jump across this road, leap across that river, and land right in a space made just for me.
Go now. There are no cars.
I'll show you how it's done.
It's a tragedy.
A disaster.
No one could have predicted it.
Just awful. Such a shame.
But that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
9 is enough. By Evan Baughfman.
The heck? What's... oh, help me! Help! Get me out of here!
Oh, great. A rookie. Hello there. Yeah, you. The cat in the box.
Who said?
I know it's your first time and everything, that you're scared and confused, but all that screeching is just going to make things worse. Try to maintain some calm, will you? Some composure? For both your sake and mine, all right?
Where am I? Where are you?
Well, I'm inside your delirious little head, of course. Your oxygen-deprived brain is causing you to hallucinate this disembodied voice. You're going crazy, kid.
I am. Oh, God. I am.
Oh, yeah, completely cuckoo.
And knowing this is supposed to make me feel calm. How?
Okay, I'm just messing with you. I know, that was a little mean. But I've got to get in some final bits of fun before I'm gone for good.
I don't understand.
I'm real, kid. Same as you.
You are?
Yup. Alive and kicking for the time being. I'm your neighbor, buried next door. Name's Dahlia.
I'm... Waffles.
They named you Waffles? Better than Raisin Bran, I suppose. The bright side to your current predicament is that you get to rename yourself.
Excuse me, but a bright side? I've got night vision, but still can't see a thing in here. What bright side? And I love boxes. Love them. Love climbing in them. Love playing in them. Or at least I used to. But after whatever this is, I'm sorry, but it's just too much. Boxes are officially ruined forever.
You're technically in a casket, if that helps any. Try not to get so down on boxes just yet. You're still young, and boxes still have plenty to offer.
What the heck's a casket? And why am I in one?
Well, you died, kid. And the casket's what your people put your body in.
I died?
Yes, you did.
I don't want to be dead.
Oh, will you stop that? Quiet! Don't need you getting the gravedigger's attention. That's the last thing I need.
But you said I'm dead. Really, really dead.
You were dead, but not anymore. I'll explain everything once you calm down a little.
And you said my people put me in this prison. But they wouldn't do that. Would they?
Hey now, I'm sure they were perfectly nice people. Even if they named you after a pock-marked breakfast food.
They are nice! The best! Or at least I thought they were, until they put me in this freaking...
A casket's better than cremation. And I've heard plenty of other horror stories. Some cats, when they wake up underground, they've got no casket, not even a shoebox. Just tons of soul-crushing earth squeezing the life right out of them again and again and again, till they can never come back at all. Those poor bastards get thrown into some hole, forced to spend the remainder of their lives choking on dirt and worms, which sounds like a fate far worse than hairballs.
You're saying if I ever get out of here, I should go back and thank my people? And for stuffing me inside this thing?
Oh, no, definitely not. You can never see your people again. They're a part of your past now, kid. See, they watched you die, held your body in their hands, cried over your corpse, cared enough about you to give you a plot in this place. They loved you and mourned you. If you suddenly showed up back at their doorstep,
They'd cuddle me and kiss me and throw me a big party.
no, kid. They'd think you're some kind of unholy monster and kill you again with fire or a baseball bat or a gun.
They aren't violent people, though. They're kind.
Most people don't understand how cats work. They think dead means dead. They're not nearly patient enough to wait for us to come back to life. We've got 9 lives, people. 9!
We do? Okay. Wow. If I'm being honest, I don't think I even understood how cats work.
Nobody ever told you about the 9 lives?
Who would have told me?
Let me guess. They kept you indoors, away from other felines. Never let you step paw outside.
Outside is scary. That's what they told me.
No way. Outside is great. So many places to explore and climb and sleep. So many things to smell and chase and eat. Cars, though. You've got to watch out for cars. I think every cat eventually learns that one the hard way.
What's a car?
Those big rolling boxes with wheels. They take people from place to place. I'm sure your people had one, maybe even more than one.
Oh, yeah. A little red one. And a bigger blue one. I don't like them very much. Cars go next to caskets on my list of boxes to avoid. I only go in cars when I have to go to the place with the sharp things.
The place with the sharp things?
You've never been? Consider yourself lucky. It's terrifying. The lights are too bright, blinding. There are all these other animals there too, screaming for help from the other rooms. You can't ever really see the dogs and the birds for yourself, but you can sure hear their cries for mercy. Then this person, pretending to be nice, holds you down on a table while a different person in a long coat takes out a scary, sharp thing and stabs you with it wherever she wants to.
Oh, I've been there, kid. We've all been there.
And the sharp thing, it always makes you feel weird, right? And sometimes it makes you feel super duper sleepy. Like even though you don't want to sleep, because you don't know what these fake nice people are about to do to you while you're asleep. And the sharp thing makes you go to sleep anyway.
It's called a veterinarian's office.
A veter...
Inarian. People who work there help sick animals and animals who are injured. Most of those sharp things have medicine in them.
You're trying to say the sharp things are good things?
They can be.
No, I'm sorry, they're weapons. They hurt. And veterans can stay away from me forever with their weapons. Thank you very much. Because the last time I went to a veteran's office, the veteran made my people cry. Even worse than the dogs and birds were crying. And the veteran also made my people say goodbye to me. So mean. And the veteran brought out this super duper sleepy sharp thing. And well, then I woke up here.
Yeah, That's how it goes sometimes. Went that way for me twice, in fact.
I don't like it here. It's dark, scary. Got no room to move. Get me out of here! Dahlia, how do I get out? You know, don't you? Don't you?
You have to coordinate your panic, all your racket, just right. When the gravedigger's near, scream and shout at the top of your lungs. If he hears you, he'll dig you right up. When he opens that casket, you hightail it right on out of here, fresh and free. Just watch out for those cars, like I said.
Grave digger! I'm here! Alive! Alive! Help me, please! Help! Please! Please!
Got to wait for the right moment, kid. Don't think the gravedigger has very good hearing. So, you were sick, huh? Before this?
I wasn't feeling so good. My stomach, couldn't really eat anything.
And how are you feeling now?
Hey, I feel pretty great, actually.
Because you've been born anew, given a fresh restart. You're hungry as well, right?
As a matter of fact, I am. I haven't been hungry for a long, long time.
Hungry for brains, I presume.
What? Brains?
Brains. Brains! Brains!
No, not brains. Chicken, maybe. Or fish.
Just messing with you, kid.
Oh.
Not craving a waffle, huh?
Never eaten a waffle. Never liked their smell.
Just thought. Maybe that's how you got your name, because you tried to eat a waffle once.
Waffles have never been on the menu.
As I was trying to tell you before, a good thing about your new life is you can choose a new name for yourself. You can leave Waffles in that casket after you're gone. Waffles is the old you. Who do you want to be now?
I have no freaking idea.
You'll have plenty of time to figure that out, I guess.
Did you choose Dahlia? I like the sound of it. Dahlia. Dahlia. Dahlia.
Thank you. It's pretty, isn't it?
What kind of food's a dahlia?
Oh, it's not a... I'm named after a flower. A beautiful, sturdy flower. And I didn't choose it myself. One of my people from long ago. My favorite person. My best person. She gave me Dahlia. So after I ended up here, I took it back. And I'm finally Dahlia again.
Other people have given you other names? Oh, like what?
Dumb stuff. Licorice. Midnight. Grogu.
Grogu?
Freaking Grogu.
What does that even mean?
Exactly. Thank you. Dahlia's better, right?
Oh, 100% better.
My best person. She was so kind, so loving. She named me after something beautiful, made me feel beautiful. No one had done that before, or has bothered to do it since.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay. I'm used to it by now. Comes with the territory, you know, when you look like me. Black fur everywhere, from my nose way down to my tail.
Oh, sounds beautiful to me.
Thanks, kid. But popular opinions that black cats are evil, bad, and just plain unlucky to be around.
That's silly. I feel very lucky to have met your voice.
Sweet kid you are, laying it on thick. Very syrupy. Maybe that's why they called you Waffles. But most folks aren't so sweet. I've had some tough lives. Met a couple of rather nasty ends because superstitious people thought I was something I'm not.
Nasty? How?
I don't really care to get into specifics, but they were bloody and awfully painful. The more violent your death, the longer it takes for your body to piece itself back together again, and some small part of you will always remain missing. No, you're never quite the same again after a bad end.
I thought the only bad people were the people with the sharp things.
Unfortunately, there are far sharper things out there in the wide open world. And some people you'd swear have fangs, the evil things they say and do.
How do you know who the bad people are?
Wish I knew. Could have lived some longer lives if I'd figured all that out. People are odd. A lot of times the good ones look scarier than the bad ones. Like my best person. She had these frightening pictures drawn all over every inch of her skin and had all these different pieces of shiny metal sticking out of her face.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She had an accident one day, though, and never came home again. And it took a long, long time before any other people would have even taken a chance on me. And they were mostly okay, but they weren't my best person. No one's ever come close to being her. So, that's why I've decided
What?
to stop trying to find her in other people. Can't succeed. I'd rather be alone than face constant disappointment. Might as well stay down here for good. Rest in peace, as they say. Let it go. Yeah, I lived out my entire 7th life down here. My 8th one ended a few days back, too. Now I'm finally on my 9th. And it'll all be over soon.
How do you know that?
There's no food down here, kid. No water. Not much air to breathe, either. My 7th ended in starvation. My 8th, suffocation. Not sure which one will get me this go-round, but I welcome whichever comes for me first.
Oh, you're not worried since this is your 9th that this is it? You're not worried about what's next?
Kid, I'm not confident that anything is next. Frankly, I don't need a next. I've lived my lives as good as a cat like me can live them. 9 is enough. A few too many, if you ask me. 4 was plenty. Everything after that's overkill. Again, that's why I'm letting myself go.
Hold on. Is that what's going to happen to me if I stay down here for too long? Starvation? Suffocation? You're not messing with me.
Nothing but the truth there, kid.
Oh, God. Oh, no. I don't want that. No, 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 no. I can't stay in here. I've got to get out of here. Now!
Look, if you remain calm, it controls your breathing, okay? Your oxygen will last longer. You'll freak out. You'll be on your third life before you know it.
But I don't want to last longer. I want to be way up there, making the best of my second chance. Dahlia, when's he coming? The grave digger.
Well, you've got that young set of ears. You tell me.
I think I hear him. I do hear him, Dahlia. I finally hear him.
Good, good. But don't go screeching just yet. Let him get closer. Closer. You know, I think I've got a better name for you than Waffles. Want to hear it?
Okay, sure.
Friday. What do you think? That's today, Friday. The first day you're born again. You can commemorate it forever.
Friday. I like it. It's kind of. He's close! Real close! Almost on top of us!
Start hollering then, kid.
No! Sounds like he's walking away. Don't go! Don't leave me down here! Don't go, Gravedigger! Don't go! Dahlia, help me, please!
If he hears me, he might come for me, too. I don't want that. Or need it.
But Dahlia, I need to get out! I can't die down here! Won't you just help me?
He's down here. Come on. Let the poor kid go free. Today's his day.
Thanks, Dahlia.
No problem. Now, let's get the guy's attention, huh?
Crossing the Cowfield by Valerie Work. Today, I saw something new, something I'd never seen before or even imagined. In that fence-off field across the street, you know which one I mean.
Yeah.
Where the bulls are kept. I saw one of the bulls running, literally charging a whole herd of deer, and the deer running away, scattering. He was like, get off my field, you deer. Like he'd finally gotten fed up with them scarfing down all the alfalfa.
Whoa. I didn't know they could run. I mean, I guess bullfighting, I've heard of it, but these cows?
I know.
Sedentary. Completely sedentary. Usually not even curious.
No, not even the teenage ones, the young steers.
Remarkable lack of animation.
So, now they might charge us.
Whoa.
The possibility. Are you going?
Where?
Across the field.
Oh, no. Why are you going?
I haven't decided yet.
Maybe I should go.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe?
Oh. There's this note on the bulletin board in the hallway.
Which hallway?
The one on the way into the kitchen.
Okay.
Anyway, this note. Looks like it was cut out from the comic section of the local newspaper. Wyoming cow joke, it says. A certain longtime resident, cattleman, red face, straggly hair, starts complaining about all the other people complaining about him for grazing his cattle on public land. Why, they even complain about my cows crapping in the streams. Just look at this, he yells out, scooping up a cow pie in his bare hands. He breaks off a piece and stuffs it in his mouth. It ain't nothing but dirt. Dirt. So that's the end of it.
Huh. Okay. I thought about taking one of the bicycles, but I went through them, and all of them are boys' bikes, and all of them are too large. The crossbars are wrong, the seats are uncomfortable. My feet don't touch the ground. Reach the ground, it would be a real problem when I needed to stop. I mean, they are not a very good option.
I know. It is a real problem.
This always happens to me. This standard, if there is one kind of anything provided for a purpose, it is inevitably the wrong kind for me. It just always doesn't work. Persecution, what it leads to, a creeping, gnawing sensation of persecution by inanimate objects and oversight.
Like the height of chairs.
Exactly. Yes. The standard height of chairs. It is always the same on any standard folding chair or standing chair, four-legged wooden chair, or even desk chair. There is always exactly the same distance between the seat and the floor. I know this because it is always exactly 1 inch too high for my legs.
1 inch too short for mine.
Yes. I can see that you too have this problem. What will you do when you get there?
Dunno. Some work, I guess. I have this project. I keep trying to work on it. I will look at it for a while, and then I will pause. Take a break, and then sort of poke at it some more.
What kind of project is it? A small project? A big project?
It started out a small project, but it just keeps getting bigger.
Oh, I also have had projects like that. So when you get there, I mean now, how long will you stay?
Dunno. I'm not sure whether I am currently in the looking phase or the poking phase or the breaking stage. I've not decided yet.
Oh. I see a moon. A moon that is almost full, just a few days away. I can see the surface of the moon with all the craters, and in the pattern of the craters, I can see his face of the man in the moon.
A shattered brick.
A marshmallow.
Potato.
Tomato.
Tupperware container.
French fry. String bean.
Elephant.
Really?
Yes. Curly tail.
Huh. I see a long, skinny fish with a whole bunch of air bubbles coming out of his mouth.
Soft, downy pillow in a diamond shape.
A soft serve ice cream cone. Chocolate ice cream cone without the cone, with the ice cream part squashed flat.
Peas in an oversized enveloping pod.
Gosh, I really don't want to step in that one.
Step on a cloud. What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought we were looking at cow pies.
Gross.
Way gross. I have heard that out in the country, the deep country, not the fake country in like Pennsylvania, but the deeper country, say out west or down south, in the heart of this deep country elsewhere, they will try to trick the visitors, the city folk, the tourists. They will try to trick them with the tale of the mythic heel cow.
Heel cow.
No, you have to drawl it out. Dig into the accent. Really, it is spelled like hill, 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 when it is spelled out, except it never is. Heel cow.
Heel cow.
That's better. Specially adapted to life in the hills, grazing, climbing in the hills, chomping down wildflowers, sagebrush, and yucca. The heel cow's legs are specially adapted to life in the hills, in that two of its legs on the left-hand side are shorter than those on its right. There is life, special life, in them there heels.
And do the tourists believe them?
That's the idea. The first time I crossed the field, I was, I admit, terrified. I left the schoolhouse and padded down the road, stepped carefully over the grate, the one with the rounded bars that they put out for the truck to pass over, while yet the cows stay inside the field so their hooves don't get caught, and that is the full extent of their knowledge. I stepped carefully down the dirt path, avoiding the cow pies. All of them turned toward me to stare. They have a blank gaze, empty of intention, intelligence, and always there chewing, gnawing, digesting, flooding their stomachs with grass guts and fiber. Their coats are black or brown, or sometimes they're spotted. Their tails flick back and forth, swishing. I stepped. They turned, watching. As I neared each one, each cluster, there would be a moment, a realization. I am really coming, not stopping, progressing forwards. Run! It is like an aggressive gallop, but always short-lived. 6 feet away is safe. They turn, continue to watch. The field stretches on. The pattern repeats. Turn, watch, gallop. Turn, watch, gallop. Finally, I'm across. I, too, am safe.
Always I am afraid. Each time of the crossing.